Good day, everyone. Welcome to an episode of Let's Talk Commercial Real Estate Investing, the Black Community Edition. I am your humble host, as always, Dominic Green, Managing Partner of Reno Commercial Real Estate Services here in the Dallas area. And so today, guys, just wanted to jump in and have a brief conversation. I know we've been talking about, our goals and whatnot for 2022 and investing and whatever it is you decide you want to get in: office, industrial, retail, multifamily, net lease, ground lease, you name it, right? There's very different aspects of commercial real estate that you can invest in. But with that being said, one thing I guess I wanted to kind of highlight that's going on, if you haven't been aware of it, in returns of, anything that you're looking to do a value add on or development on or rehab on, you want to kind of anticipate that whatever you budget for more, right? It's probably going to cost. It's definitely going to cost you more. It's probably going to take definitely a little bit longer to get things done. So if you haven't been paying attention to what's happening as far as inflation, and if you haven't been actively in the market and been doing deals, or pay attention to what others have been talking about when they're doing deals, that is a big thing. So it's becoming hard to find good, let alone it's already hard to find great contractors, but now, it's even because, the great contractors have plenty of work. So you got to do your due diligence on more recommendations. It's going to cost you more. The timelines are probably going to be a little bit more extended, because if you just talk to them, they're still, dealing with the shock, beforehand. They used to just call up and get materials. Now they can't get materials when they need it. It's costing more to get it. The price of materials, price of labor has gone up, and there's just kind of multiple variables that's going on where, if they got the materials, well, then it's hard to get the labor. If they have the labor, it's hard to get the materials, and then, just a combination and all that. So what does that mean for us as far as from an investment standpoint? Well, we kind of want to bake that in. So, obviously you're going to get estimates, if you don't already, from a contractor. And I would kind of pad that a little bit. I would probably add a little bit more to your contingency. So, some people put 5%, 10%. Man, you might want to go up to 15 to 20%, right? Just in delays, just in the cost of something being more than anticipated. You probably want to stretch your timelines out. So anything that you're looking to try to do aggressive, a lot of these guys are already trying to do complete turns of if they're buying apartments, units, within 18 months. That's really, really tight in my opinion. And that's probably going to be a really hard thing to do, right? So make your timelines a little bit longer, and all set the right expectation with your team and with your investors and everyone, right? Under promise, over deliver. And that's going to be key. But with that, like I said before, budget a little bit more, have your timelines a little bit longer, and explain that up front. And then that may affect cash flows, right? Depending on what type of product you're investing in. Anyways, if you're doing a big rehab, anyways, cash flows are going to be light, turnover is going to be high, so you're not going to have a lot of cash flow in the first place. But if for some reason you were projecting that, you definitely want to go ahead and make that adjustment now. In addition to that, you want to you definitely want to have a network of, even though, or you have a network of people you can count on as far as subs, additional contractors, because one thing that is also happening is that, some other job sites or contractors, whatever, general GCs, going around pulling subs from other places off other jobs, right? And then you got to find somebody to replace them. So it's just one of those things you got to kind of plan for, budget for. You got to be tight on, and then know that when interest rates going up, in some capacities, certain deals aren't going to work like they used to because the cost of capital is more. Depending on who you're trying to get debt from, like agency debt, they're based on in place NOI, not necessarily projections per se. It depends on what you're going after, right? If you're affordable and stuff like that. But if you're doing more of if you're doing anything that's more market rate, bridge is still an option, but you gotta be careful now because they're going up as well. You gotta also understand that, hey, depending on what the deal is, they're obviously looking to put more capital to work. So obviously, the larger the deal is, the better. 20 million and up for them. It's something you can get a very high competitive pricing with. Anything below that may be a little bit more of a challenge. And then on top of that, just knowing what you're getting into when it comes to those deals. Who is the person that's providing it? What's their track record? The fees that you're going to pay, because a lot of times they have exit fees on the back end, so 1%, 0.5%. Terms are getting a little bit shorter for some guys, so they're doing 2 1-1s where before it was 3 1-1s. So just be cautious, as I say. Be conservative. Don't be so aggressive, especially in this market where things are going to be changing somewhat. So you want to provide yourself flexibility and not have an issue where you have to execute perfectly, because perfect is a moving target, and trying to reach perfection is very hard. So with that being said, have some buffer room, have some wiggle room in there in the event you can't execute properly. In the event that something changes. In my experience, no matter how much I planned or thought would go well, something always changed, and that changed the whole deal, right? There's some things that just happen that you just can't plan for, so you got to have flexibility for that. So, and that goes into, like I said, the renovations and stuff like that, and with construction. So, just a quick tidbit, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. Let's continue.